Welcome back, guys, to our second game here at the GSL Code A in Seoul. We have MC up against RorO, our first Protoss versus Zerg today.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty exciting one for sure. You said it was your highlight match, and I think it's really cool. Just a little look back at what we saw already. Fantasy will play against the winner of this match in the next round, so one of these three players is going to take the Code S spot.
But yeah, it's pretty exciting to me because all three of them definitely deserve a shot at Code S again.
Absolutely, man. And you know what's really cool is MC is a multi-time champion. He's calling me an idiot in chat. That's what he likes to do right now. Like the second I start talking about how awesome he is, he just throws me an idiot in chat. But he's playing against RorO, someone who's been hyped a lot, but hype well deserved. He played so well in WCS Asia, and he is just a top-notch Casper player coming over to StarCraft 2.
His problem was just the BWC Grand Finals. That's where he did not really perform as many people expected, and I think he underperformed in his own eyes as well. So now he has to prove himself again. He was in Code S already. That's where he wants to go back. And MC coming from the last season's up and downs. Well, he of course wants to go to Code S as well. That's where he belongs, and will he be able to do it? He has to kill RorO first. Not gonna be easy. Daybreak, map number 1. Yep. What else could it be for a PvZ?
It's gonna be it ends up being map number 1 most of the time, it seems like, in this matchup, but it's pretty cool that we end up seeing these two players duking it out. Map number 1, the first map to test the series, test the waters. It's gonna be probably, I guess, the best map for PvZ. I mean, it's the most straight up map where you can see every type of strategy.
It's definitely a very stable map for the matchup. And, well, we have, on the other hand, of course, our Zerg player. We talked a little bit about him and about his performance in past tournaments. And he has to show here that he can really deal with MC as well. And it would be great for him to get back into Code S. Would give him a lot of extra exposure. The players are already in the lobby, eager to start the game.
RorO just woke up. RorO showing some excellent multitasking. I feel like one of the things I noticed about him is he always is very map aware. That's one thing I would say about his play that stands out to me more than anything else. He knows exactly when to do that Ling run by. He knows when to send the roaches in or to hit that drop with his roaches. He always finds your weak point, and he's going to exploit it.
MC, on the other hand, bouncing his chair to the left. He wants the game to start. Daybreak, map number 1. And we are good to go. SKMC up against Samsung Khan's RorO. And this loading screen is completely screwing up my timing. It's unbelievable. But now we're there.
It's totally fine, man. Game number 1 between MC and RorO. It all starts now. One of these players, MC, RorO, or Fantasy, will be going to Code S. We'll find out who fights Fantasy right now at the end of this best of 3. Cast Light, Calder, and Wolf.
We got the crowd on the wave like it's a stadium.
Starting at the bottom left in red is the boss toss. For SK, it is
SKMC.
And is it just me, or does he look better in that darker colored hoodie rather than the big flashy white one? I like it. The gray SK Gaming one looks better on him, I think.
Yeah, I think it looks good. His opponent starts at the top right. For Samsung Khan, he is rolling down gently down the stream.
삼성전자 칸 RorO.
That he is.
The Street Fighter always loves this team. Yep. Every single time there's a Samsung Khan player, gets all excited and fast.
I think they actually put that on ×2 speed. Like, I think that whoever voice acted that, which I know who he is, probably they took his voice and put it on ×2 speed. That Overlord, not so much on ×2 speed, taking a little bit of time to fly across the map.
Overlords take it easy.
They relax. They deserve to relax. For all the information they give and how likely it is for them to die, Overlords have a low survival rate in the early game. Late game Overlords are different, but this Overlord probably going to die to a Void Ray. Maybe
you have to make the distinction there. Either you are late game or an early game Overlord, and the early game Overlords have always been a little bit more adventurous. They love to just roam around the map, and I mean, they living the good life, you know, and for them it's always a little bit live fast, die young.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas the other late game overlords, they're more about living in colonies, traveling groups.
Yeah, it's just a different style of living, I guess.
Yeah, definitely so. You know, sometimes you have those overlords in the mid game that at first they stay at home, but then they want to go and travel the world, maybe block a command center. They think about it, they go out there and do their thing.
These guys are explorers, you know.
Yeah.
They're
the pioneers, really.
Exactly, they are the pioneers. They are on top of the turf.
Certainly so. By the way, a quick gas here for RorO.
Yeah, RorO taking a quick gas instead of going straight into a third base.
That's unusual. I wonder what his plan is here. He may just use speed to control the map.
It's especially unusual for Daybreak, you know. On this map, you feel like you watch this game and you know, okay, well, it's going to be a Protoss versus Zerg, and you have a 90% chance that you can pass the first 5 to 6 minutes with your eyes closed.
Yeah, because they're all so similar. The strategies are so figured out that there's almost no change in the builds. Now, I'm going to keep a close eye on that gas.
That's the third that we talked about, but this gas is really, really important. And with his gas, you could actually see all kinds of crazy stuff. You could even see a third base cancel.
Yes. Could see that. Could see a Baneling bust even. That's very unlikely these days. But 6 lings started now. 8 lings, in fact. How many is he going to go up to in total?
MC was fooled by a few Zerg players already with their builds. I still remember this game on Cloud Kingdom that he played, I think, against Lenok. Well, Lenok killed him.
All in?
Exactly, the slow ling all in. Who expected that? No one. And the last of them being MC. And he was completely surprised by it. He was like, what? With slow lings, without gas? You're really doing that? And it worked.
He's going for a ton of speedlings in this case, but no additional gas mighty mine. Only 104 gas in total pulled out. And I think he's just going to try to put some heavy speedling pressure on here. In total, he's now made 24 lings. He's going up to even more.
That is really interesting, especially since that should not work. Oh, and MC starts walking forward with that one Zealot that was blocking the gap. Stargate for MC. He and Genius, the two Protoss players, really, really love this. There comes the probe, spots the third. More and more lings. Is there a gap? Wolf, if he misses that warp in.
If he misses the warp in, he's going to die. Warp
he can't warp in. He can't.
He doesn't have a sentry, and if the lings come across right now, he can actually block it himself with the lings, and MC is taking the bait. Look at the mini-map. You see lings coming all the way around the long way. And uh-oh, the Stalker's out of position. He's supply block. The pylon's not done.
He's in. Here we go. The cannon immediately being attacked.
And Speed is about to finish. He's just going to run right in. The pylon block is here, but it's on the outside where the lings can hit it, and he goes right inside.
Bye-bye, MC.
MC is vulnerable to this type of attack. He showed him before. GG.
GG. RorO. Oh my god.
That Overlord had a front row seat of all the carnage, man, that RorO put out.
I am a little bit speechless here. This can look really silly if you have the Zealot on hold position in the gap, then the Protoss player will have a very easy time defending against this. But, well, actually maybe not even all that easy if you think about it. One cannon is just not enough, and you can actually better down on those buildings. There's no sentry just yet. MC, on the other hand, didn't even wall properly. And I feel that this is just a matter of preparation for RorO. He saw MC play, he studied VODs, and he saw, okay, you like to just move out there and be in the middle of the map, trying to push a little bit forward. If I am able to get in, or at least only kill one building before you have warp gate ready, before you have your first few sentries, I'm fine.
Yeah, that's definitely, to me, I could not agree more. It's preparation. He knows MC's style. He knows that one little thing that MC, more than most Protoss players, you're right, he likes to move out and try to put pressure on with that. Force lings instead of drones, and didn't work out. Next map is going to be Belshir Vestige. And this is another map that's relatively large, a little bit different than Daybreak and how it plays out. The third base is a little bit tougher to take for us, I feel.
That's going to be an interesting one now. I actually did not think that this first game would end so fast, especially on Daybreak. That was not your typical Daybreak game, which I actually enjoy quite a lot. So RorO already switching things up here, hitting the perfect timings, very cautious about the pathway for his lings. MC, well, he got caught his pants on here. Yep. And now we have map number 1, Belshir Vestige. Gonna jump into the game quite soon. RorO is ready.
you know, mentally speaking, RorO has put a lot of pressure on MC now. Whatever he had planned for game number 1 with that Stargate just did not work out. RorO is now in a position where he is the upper hand. He did a great preparation. We talked about how this is a test in this best of 3 to see if RorO can beat this multi-time champion and actually just take that spot. Face Fantasy to see who gets into Code S, but now he's already taken a game without really showing much. He just showed a builder win there. He planned for this. He saw MC's weakness and he took it. Are we going to see the real RorO? Are we going to see the late game ZVP on this map? We're about to find out.
Game number 2 is going to start on Belcher, Bear Stage. ZVP SKMC up against Samsung Khan's RorO. A 1-0 lead for the Zerg player already. And he wants to go for a quick throw here, of course. Can he do it? Let's find out. Here at the GSL Code A, Colin Wolf.
All over the radio and back up in the raves again. We got the crowd on the wave like it's